Hi guys, so another video because I feel motivated to post for some reason. Anyways, this is another Wednesday X listener, where in which you get bullied and Wednesday kinda pops off and defends you and stuff like that. It's kind of angsty maybe and kind of fluff. This contains bullying and making fun of people and stuff. So if you're not comfortable with that, I advise you to click off the video. And yeah, I also need some request ideas. So if you guys wanna do that, you can just comment down below or something. Hopefully YouTube doesn't black out my comment sections because sometimes they block it out for some reason. I don't know why. Okay, and if you guys hear any background noise, I apologize. That's probably the fan. It's kind of hot right now, so okay, let's begin. I also apologize if there's any slip-ups, so yeah, okay, now let's really begin. Nevermore was a school filled with outcasts, but even so, people still bullied those who were outcast as well. You were the current victim of this bullying, and these people bullying you were new students. Mermaids, apparently. They made constant fun of you because of how outcasted you were and how unnormal you looked. It was frustrating, and it took a toll on your mental health. Getting out of bed and dreading those two who made fun of you was a real hassle, and you definitely did not tell Wednesday for obvious reasons. You didn't know what she would do, but once she found out, you knew she would definitely go on a rampage. So you kept your mouth shut. That was until the insults were really bad, and you ran to the dorms you shared with Enid and Wednesday. You huddled your blanket tightly and cried into the pillow. What you didn't expect was Wednesday's appearance. I saw you running away. I called out, but you never responded. You tried to conceal your sobs, but it didn't go past her sharp senses. Are you crying? Who did it? Whose body do I have to deal with? Of course she would get defensive and protective. She was known for that. Well, maybe only for you. It's nothing. Just something stupid, you lied. But Wednesday knew, and she hated liars. Names, now, she demanded. You sighed in defeat, knowing what you did would not stop the Ravenet girl from finding out. The two new kids, Kathy and Katie, alright, I forgot to mention. If your names are Kathy or Katie, I deeply apologize. They were just random names I made up. Okay, back to the video. The two new kids, Kathy and Katie, they've been making fun of me, you whispered softly, as Wednesday listened. She abruptly stood up and walked towards the front door, stopping and looking at you. I'll deal with this matter. In the meantime, I'll ask Thing to comfort you. What are you going to do? You asked worriedly. She didn't face you, and simply said, what I do best. Wednesday's POV. I headed to the library to find Enid, using her phone and scrolling through Instagram. Well, maybe this time it would be useful. Enid. My voice made the girl jump as she gasped and turned to look at me. Wednesday, you scared me. I smiled. Good. Now, you're the school's biggest gossiper, aren't you? What can you tell me about the two new students? With that, Enid thought for a while before grinning. Wednesday Addams needing dirt on someone? That's new. I rolled my eyes and glared at her sharply, in which she laughed in return. Kathy and Katie, right? Well, you know how they bragged about being mermaids? Rumor has it that they're lying because they got expelled and now they have to go to Nevermore, and in order not to be bullied because they're a normie, they had to pretend they're some species which they actually aren't, but nobody knows if it's true yet. Enid rambled, spilling all I needed to know about these two. I smirked. Perhaps it's time to see if it's true. 3 p.m. Fountain. Get your phones ready and tell everyone. Enid looked at me strangely, but nodded anyway. I had full confidence she would come. After all, if she didn't, she would miss out on everything. Time skipped to 3 p.m. Third person's POV. 3 p.m. came by, and you were scrolling through Instagram when you saw Enid has posted something on her story. Wednesday Addams debunks a rumor, 3 p.m. at the fountain. That made you curious until you thought about the latest rumor about the mermaids. Oh no, you thought. Quickly telling you had to go. Quickly telling Thing you had to go and ran out of the dorms fast. That's when you saw the crowd gathering. Wednesday was there, and you knew she had something planned. You two are mermaids, yes? Wednesday asked, as the two girls who stood up nodded, which one of them said, Yeah, why does it matter to you? Kathy, that's the kid who killed a kid in her old school. You could tell Wednesday got annoyed just by hearing their voices. Almost killed. If you're going to insult me, at least get the facts right. Katie rolled her eyes as Kathy looked at her nails. Yeah, whatever. What do you want? Katie asked, uninterested in whatever. The crowd was now growing larger. Revenge. What? Before Kathy could finish her sentence, both of them were pushed into the fountain, making them soak into the cold water, which made them shriek. The tails aren't showing up! Enid exclaimed as the crowd started snapping pictures, some recording and the rest going live. We have tails! We were just wearing our gems! They tried defending themselves, but Wednesday just sighed. I'm getting tired of this. The gems are obviously fake. They're obviously cheap plastic metal that both of you made horribly. You were never mermaids from the start. The crowd started laughing as Wednesday insulted them. The post was now trending. #1 on the top news on Nevermore. Well, let's just say the two girls quickly got out of the fountain and ran away, feeling humiliated. Once they were gone, that was when you stepped forward and hugged Wednesday. Thank you, but wasn't that a bit harsh? You questioned. She shook her head and said, They deserve it. Now, come on, let's go cuddle.